Ike Live, brought to you exclusively by Abu Garcia.
I do love the intro. It's like a glitch. Yeah. I was hoping it would just keep playing over and over and over again.
This is why it's
Okay.
not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Hold on, everyone.
All right, hold on, everybody. We got a little technical difficulties we're working through. It's nothing new here at Ike Live. For 10 years, we've built our reputation on really shitty production here at Ike Live. But in any case, we hope you're having a great night tonight. We're having a good one. It is it's fine. It is a Monday, and it is the start of a new work week. It's the start of a heat wave if you're up here in the Northeast. What else? Start of a lot of stuff. We got a good show for you tonight. We are doing an at the bar, and we are going to do probably about 3 or 4 topics tonight. And we want to hear from you, by the way. If you've got questions or comments about tonight's show, you've got something you want to talk about, bring it up. We're going to pull it right up here. Let me get the comment section pulled up. And if you've got a great comment, we'll talk about it. By the way, real quick before we get into the show, tonight's beer, I think this is the second Ike Live at the bar I've had this, and I love this beer. If you live in New Jersey, southern New Jersey, this is the Farmers and Bankers Dragon Breath. It was a limited edition double IPA release, but it's super, super tasty. So I'm going with Farmers and Bankers tonight. If you're out there having a cocktail or a beer as you're watching the show, cheers to you guys. I hope you're having a good one. Real quick before we get into it, let me remind you that this show is brought to you by Abu Garcia, the maker of great rods and reels. Head on over to abugarcia.com, get some more information on their stuff. Also, the Ike Series 3.0 rods and reels out right now, available everywhere, including Tackle Warehouse. Head on over to Tackle Warehouse. Everyone I know shops at Tackle Warehouse, even Becky. It's a great place to get tackle. Also,
they know me.
They know Becky personally over there at Tackle Warehouse. Actually, that's a good topic. We'll get back to that in a second. Also, a lot of great exclusives available at Tackle Warehouse. Exclusive shapes, colors, stuff they're doing right now.
They have a bargain bin.
They have bargain bin. I love it. I love the exclusives that they're doing over at Tackle Warehouse.
I like the bargain bin.
Yeah. Last but not least, this show is brought to you by the Ike Foundation. Wearing a hat tonight, guys. Rocking a hat. If you're interested in getting new kids fishing, head on over to the ikefoundation.org. And we do want to play a little catch up with some of that. We got some stuff to talk about from a great weekend we had with the Ike Foundation. Let me get real quick. This is an impromptu topic, but they do know you at Tackle Warehouse. So this is a true story. If you're watching this show, odds are, male, female, young, old, odds are, if you're watching the show, you're probably a tackle junkie like me, right? Paul's watching from Nevada. If you're watching this show, you are most likely a tackle junkie. So I'm a tackle junkie. I love tackle, but when I'm in a tournament, and this isn't like recent, I'm talking the last 20 years. If I'm in a tournament and I need something, I usually don't even stop my practice day or stop my mindset to go through the process of getting it myself. I call Becky. I'm like, Beck, call Tackle Warehouse. I need this.
Half the time I don't even get a call. I just get a text message with a picture.
Yeah, I text and send a picture.
And I need 10 of these. Like 10 bags of these.
Yeah, I need 10 bags of these. Quick.
And so then I have to go and figure out what the bait is. And half the time I have to actually utilize whoever the Tackle Warehouse person is on the phone to help me figure out what exactly it's called.
Right.
And, yeah. But when I call,
they know Beck's voice. All of them.
No lie. Is this Becky?
Oh my God.
I don't know if that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
but they know Beck. And the great thing about Tackle Warehouse, and you know this, if you're watching the show, I'm sure you've shopped there. Dude, they get it to you quick. They get it to you right. You know, and that's what I love about them. So in tournament situations, whether it's a sponsor product or not, you know, even if it's like I need Berkeley worms, I go to Tackle Warehouse because they get it to me quicker.
Yeah.
I don't even go to Berkeley. I go to Tackle Warehouse.
So their warehouse, I know the one in California is right next to the airport where I can't remember if it's UPS or FedEx. But
Right.
They'll they just hand it to the guys there. That's how they can overnight it and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know all the logistics. We're probably fouling some of that up, but I know that they're right there because they'll say yeah, we'll make sure that ends up over there.
Yeah, but
they're awesome. The other thing I like about Tackle Warehouse, I have to be honest, I feel like I know a good amount about tackle, but there's been a lot of times where I've called and I've had to figure out, it's a mystery what this bait is that Mike needs for a tournament. And it's important that I get it right. They know fishing.
They
you're
help
not
you.
getting just an operator who's give me your order number, your SKU number.
Yeah.
They literally go through it and make sure you get the right thing. They know fishing.
All right. Now I saw a comment come from Bruce and Stacy that want to know, Becky, what are you drinking tonight? It looks like to me, if I was guessing, I would say straight vodka on the rocks. But what is that?
It's water.
Water.
So listen, I'm so sorry, but I can't.
Lightweight.
So we had our Pro-Am was
Busy weekend, guys.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So Friday, I spent a lot of time outside in the trailer. It was hot, making sure everything was packed. The batteries were charged, all this stuff. So I was just hot, and I kept trying to drink
Charles.
water. So we had the Pro-Am. I try to drink water the whole day and hydrate, but at the end of the day, you're outside the entire day, and it is hot. And I was on the dock running the bags to guys, and so it's just hot. Yesterday, we got to go to a wedding of a family member, and it was amazing. It was beautiful, but it was outside, and it wasn't air conditioned. It was hot.
Yeah.
I am a very Northern European descent human. Does anyone notice how pasty I am? I am not processing well. I am so dehydrated. I'm drinking water. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Beck's drinking water. I'm dehydrated as well, but I feel like beer is better than water to hydrate.
If we're
you.
lucky, Mike consumes 8 ounces of water a day.
Hate
in some different form than water.
Well, there's water in beer. That's for sure. There is some water in beer. It's actually in the ingredients. So, but it was hot. Actually, I do what. Oh, by the way, Charles, our good buddy Charles Brown, just hopped on, and I want to give Charles a shout out for winning a kayak derb down at the beach this weekend. I think it was down in Maryland or Delaware.
Good job, Charles.
Shout out to Charles for winning that derb. Very, very proud of him. Very happy for him.
It's a great weekend for everyone that we're associated with.
Yeah, it's been a great weekend.
In our little bubble.
It's been a great weekend. And we're going to talk about some of those.
Bubble.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of those big wins this weekend. William chiming in from Plymouth, Mass right now, by the way. I want to start with the Ike Foundation Pro-Am was on Saturday on the upper Chesapeake Bay. I want to start out by thanking everyone for participating. If you were a competitor, if you were a volunteer, if you were a sponsor, if you were the staff, thank you guys. It was it was another great event, and it was hot. It was a hot weekend, but we had tons and tons and tons of kids come for the family fest in the morning. So describe that, Beck. What is it? It's almost like a carnival atmosphere, right? Would you call it that? Carnival atmosphere. No. Okay. What would you call it?
It's like a fun fest.
Fun fest. All right. I got it wrong.
It's like clowns and I don't know.
I'm a clown.
So I totally kind of tuned you out.
Ethan, cheers.
So, hey, Ethan. So in the morning, we get the guys launched. They're out at 6 a.m. So while they're out on the water fishing, did you just say this?
No.
Okay. So while they're out on the water fishing, we set up and have this whole fun fest. But Northeast Maryland, Cecil County, like they are
They're
amazing, and they help us get connected with youth in that area.
Yes.
That, you know, maybe their families wouldn't have the opportunity or don't have fishing skills. Like,
Yeah.
they really help us, you know, connect with youth in that area and their families. And we end up with 100 kids. Actually, I think we end up with a little over 100.
Over 100 kids. Yeah.
Because we always try to, we do 2 sessions to teach them how to fish. So we always try to kind of like over the numbers because it's free. So if people fall off, they wake up, it's hot, or, you know, whatever happens. But they all came out, and we had some walk-ups. So it was amazing. We definitely had over 100 kids. They learned how to fish that day right there on the bank of that park there in
Northeast Creek, right on the bank of the Northeast Creek.
Yeah.
And here's what I wanted to say about that too. It's always the most fun part of the day, besides crowning the champion. That's a fun part too, but that's the most fun part of the day for me. And when we have the kids that show up that have not fished before, dude, that's the bomb. And I wish I knew her name, but we had a girl in the first session that was probably, you know, 10, 11 years old that had never fished before. And I watched her catch like 4 in a row. 2 bluegill, a white perch, and a yellow perch in a row. And that's really what the deal is for me. When I see that, that makes me so happy, you know, and that's really what the foundation is about, getting new kids fishing. And here's the thing, that girl, she might not ever get into it, you know, seriously or professionally, but she had that moment, which maybe will lead to her wanting to go fishing again or wanting to experience the outdoors again. And dude, that's gold.
Yeah,
that's gold, man. That's gold.
So it's an awesome time. So we spend the morning doing that. We have amazing supporters to make sure we can pull that off. I mean, even the mayor came by, all our folks there that we work with.
A lot of high school volunteers.
Yes,
Thank you guys.
Were absolutely amazing. Johnny Venor had his Rita's there.
Rita's water ice.
Giving out water ice to the kids. We have a lady come, she gives out hot dogs to the kids. Every kid goes home with a rod and reel. The police department comes out. ASA was there.
They had a snakehead fillet. What were they doing? Talking about snakeheads.
Yeah, CCA comes out and they do like they dissect a snakehead so the kids can see it. They let the kids actually.
They did face painting, bracelets, music.
So much fun stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Not a lot of dancing. It was hot. But
yeah.
Anyway, so that happens. It's a great time, and then we shut that down, and then we go back and we have a weigh-in, and we crown a winner, and the winner gets to take home a brand new Bass Cat boat.
Yes.
Tons of prizes for like the top 6 places. But at the end of the day, like, so this was our 10th year.
That's a big deal. Yeah, 10 years of doing the Pro-Am.
I don't feel like we talked this up a lot.
No.
It was the 10th anniversary. That, you know, 10 years of doing this. Crazy. So we have now given out 10 boats, thanks to Bass Cat.
That's incredible.
It's absolutely incredible to, you know, like be able to say, like, here's your boat.
Here's your boat.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
But the one thing I would say that probably is one of the biggest highlights for me when we do this.
Yeah.
It's the same faces I see year after year.
A lot of supporters.
And I so appreciate the people that come out, these guys that fish and make a point to tell me like they would never miss our event. It means they understand what it means. It's a great time for them. They get to go fishing. There's a chance to win a boat, but they understand that their entry fee just got that many more kids fishing. So I'm so appreciative to all the people, especially the guys that have been out like every single year. So it's amazing. But so we do have a fun surprise because we try to do this every year.
Yeah.
And one of our winners is actually with us.
Yes. We have the winner, one of the winners. Yes, it is a team event. So it is a team event. We have one of the winners.
Yeah.
And yes, so Becky hit it right on the head. These guys are supporting kids fishing with their entry fee, but they're also out there competing for a boat. And this, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, in the Northeast, if you're watching this and you live in Texas or Florida, you're like, they give a boat away every weekend. But if you're in the Northeast, Virginia, Maryland, North, dude, there ain't many tournaments where you're fishing for this kind of the stakes of a boat and the prestige of winning this. So I love that. I love the fact that every year, even when we're going back to the Chesapeake Bay, I think now it's 5 or 6 years in a row, every year there are different conditions, different situations, the water, the clarity, the grass, the mud, the bait, this, that, and you have someone that figures it out better. You have a team that figures it out better. And I love that. I love that. It's like a puzzle, you know, and I love that part to it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we have never had a repeat winner.
No.
For the Ike Foundation Pro-Am.
Never.
Think about that. 10 years, Delaware River, Upper Chesapeake Bay. Never have we had a repeat winner. That's pretty crazy to think about that,
Cool.
you know, so
this year, our winners were JT Lang and Andrew Wiley, but we're fortunate enough to have JT here with us tonight. So
yes.
let's bring
yes.
JT on. If I can find my cursor.
Find it.
There
JT, what's up?
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Oh, dude, thank you for coming on. So I tried to do it justice, but this year was a challenge. Now, first of all, before you get into it, have you fished with us before? Have you fished the Ike Foundation Pro-Am before? Or was this your first one?
No, it's my third one. I fished last year, and I think I fished 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So yeah, it's my third one. Yep.
That's awesome. So thank you for the support. We really can't thank you enough for supporting it. But explain, if people are watching this and they don't understand the dynamics of the Chesapeake Bay, even broader, the dynamics of a tidal fishery and how it can change, not just year to year, but like day to day. Explain that a little bit to people that don't understand that.
Yeah, really. It changes minute by minute. The tide's always moving one way or the other. This year, the water was a little muddy, a lot of water coming through the Susquehanna, dumping right into the flats. So, yeah, I mean, it really changes minute by minute. Tide is everything where we fish, you know that. So
everything.
Figuring that out is number one every time you get on the water. Yeah, you got to figure out what the tide's doing. The fish are going to tell you what they're doing when they're relating to that tide, you know. So yeah,
it's like a puzzle. I think if you're a fan of tidal water fishing, you love that puzzle. And if you don't fish a lot of tidal water, you're like, oh, it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you can love it. You can hate it too, because it'll burn you. It's never the same. It's always changing. That's what's nice about it. It's really never the same.
Yeah. Now, I know there's a lot of people watching that want this argument answered. And I don't know that we'll totally solve it in this tonight. But I asked you this on stage. I want to ask you again now that we're on this podcast, is that a lot of people will go practice an event. And I mean, they'll put in mega practice time, like, you know, for events where there's no off limits, for events where you can, you know, go and put the time in. We've had guys at the Ike Foundation tournaments put in weeks. I'm talking 14, 20 days of practice to come up with a game plan. There's another train of thought where you don't put a lot of practice in. Maybe you go a day, maybe you don't, and you kind of fish free and you fish the moment. How did you talk a little bit about that? How did you guys approach the event this year?
Yeah, so I travel for work. I'm in a hotel right now, and so I don't get to be home to practice. And so I did get one practice day last weekend, and didn't really figure them out. It was maybe 15, 16 pounds. That was the day I had. Honestly, it treats me better sometimes. Most of the time when I just go out fishing, figuring it out through the day, nothing's ever the same. So you got to get clues some way. Sometimes you don't get any clues and you don't have a good tournament. But when you can get a clue here, get a clue there, and that's what happened on Saturday. Like, we kind of figured it out. We had a spot that we had caught some fish on. It was a crazy morning, shaking over 1 pound fish we were catching, but we had a limit in the first 10 minutes. And it was like, I mean, that's the fun of tournament fishing, like catching 1 pounders and you're still shaking, because it's like, you know, you got to call every one of them out, but it's just, that's the thrill you get from it. So, yeah, I mean, it was, treats me well to not practice as much. Although every time I get a chance, I'm going to go practice, you know, but I end up seeming to do better when I don't get to practice. Yeah.
I think that's such a big topic. And I think over the years, you know, because I asked almost every winner that on stage. Over the years, we've had more winners that put in no practice or minimal practice than the guys that have put in weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And that does say something. And I think on a tidal fishery especially, you've got to be fluid. You have to just kind of fish the fish for that moment in time. And you guys did it the best on Saturday. And that was that was awesome. Now, you got into it, JT, just now, but I want you to talk about this because we do have people that know tidal water and understand the movement of an up and down tide. And go over your strategy or how you fished Saturday based on the high water we had in the morning and then the low or falling water that we had in the afternoon. How did you guys approach that?
Yeah, so like I really haven't been practicing, so I don't know what the grass looks like in all the ditches out there. And so like I said, when I did go practicing, we found a spot that was on the bank and we caught them when the tide was up. And most of the time when the tide gets up, those fish, you know, in the right areas get close to the bank and they'll pull off when the tide goes out. So our game plan was to fish close to the bank in the morning time. And we jumped around 10 different spots in the first few hours, but we had our limit first thing in the morning, which makes everything so much easier. And then once the grass, you can start seeing it on the flat. It was dead calm. Yeah. Perfect for all conditions. You go out there, you see everything's matted up at the top. And so that's what our plan was. Let's go try to upgrade all our fish in the grass. And it just happened to work out. We picked the right ditch at the right time and found, you know, they ate the frog. You know, it's something like you said on stage, like sometimes you'll go out there and zero, but we caught 20 fish on the frog in the last hour and a half. So it's like, sometimes that's just how it works. Yeah.
That's incredible. So every fish that you guys caught on that higher water toward the bank, chatterbait fishing, every one of those left the bag?
No, I caught a 5-pounder in the first 10 minutes. So that was
one big one.
Yeah. So we got one big one and then a bunch of 1-pounders. But yes, all the other ones came on a frog. Yeah. Caught them out.
It's amazing because when people talk about frog fishing in a tournament, they're scared to death because it's such a feast or famine kind of bait. And there's so many times that the fish aren't eating it, right? You know, you're getting the bites, but you're not landing the fish. So, you know, to hear that's incredible. I mean, that kind of numbers on a top water is incredible. And I'm curious about this, but I think I had heard one of you guys mention that you fished in the worst looking grass with that frog. And explain that, because I think some guys, they only want to fish in the beautiful milfoil stalks, but there's a lot of grass out there. There's eelgrass, there's hydrilla, there's river grass, there's stargrass, there's algae. What was there a certain grass that those fish were coming out of, or was it a mix? Or talk about that.
It was milfoil, but like I said, the bay's been super muddy. So the grass it's got chunky mud on it. So you would think it's super clean in there in those mats, and it wasn't. And so there was some dirty water in there too, and the sun was high, and you think, you know, the tide's going out, it's as low as it can be, and they're going to want to be near the edge, and they weren't. And, you know, that was kind of we got clued into it on a bite and then kind of investigated it more, and it turned into calling almost every fish out of the bag, you know, out of the box. So once again, fishing free, like you said, has its powers for sure. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And on a frog, it's really cool. So now I do want to get to the exciting part, and it was exciting for us. I know it was exciting. We had the whole thing broadcast live. I know there were comments coming through, but JT, this was in the history, Becky mentioned, 10 years of doing this. It was the closest winning weight we've ever had.
Was it? I didn't know that.
It is in our event.
I was the bag lady.
Yeah, Beck was the bag lady. So she was the bag lady. But it was basically, I think it was it 3 or 4 ounces? It was something.
I think it was 4 ounces. Yeah.
4 ounces.
Yeah, shad. Like you said, a shad. It's a shad.
A shad. The weight of a shad, the weight of a crawfish, you know. Dude, that is just incredible. But
Oh my God! Wait, who came in second? Were they glaring at you, JT? Were they so mad?
No,
They
they
had
came
a
right up and said,
vote
thanks for
on
crushing
their
our dreams and
draft.
shook our hands. So, I mean, that's how it goes up there. Everybody knows. I didn't think we won. My partner had a little bit more confidence. I was stressed out. I was like, man, we were one fish away. That's what I thought coming into weigh him. He weighs the fish. I didn't ask him how much, what our bag was, I don't want to know. I want the scales to tell me at the end, so I'm not all stressed out. So like, I didn't think, usually that type of bag doesn't win this tournament. Usually it's a 22, 23, maybe a 24. Like those bags are capable this time of year up there. So I didn't think we had a chance, honestly. I thought we, maybe a top 10, but maybe a top 5. I mean, it's a good bag, but man, it's not a guarantee at all with that type of weight, so. Yeah, I was surprised. I was shocked, honestly.
Well, it was awesome. I think that the suspense, and that's what tournament fishing is all about. Obviously, when you end up on the 4 ounce plus side of that, it's even more exciting. But it was exciting for me as being part of the weigh and to see that the moment that you guys realize, the moment it sunk in, and kind of, we came back with the official, everything's unofficial to the end. We came back with the official results, and we go through this really nice ceremony there at Cecil County. What did that feel like? And I know there's been some other big wins this year. We'll get into that in a second. But what did that moment feel like? Was that a big deal? Did it feel good? Did it feel, you're fishing against the very best of the
very best. Super blessed.
Very best.
Everybody that fishes your tournament is the best on the Chesapeake Bay.
They're
hammers. Every single one of them are hammers. So absolutely feel super blessed. Like I said, wasn't on anything. Came to just donate to a great cause, honestly, and a great day of fishing, thinking that you catch them on a frog, our favorite way to catch them. So was out there to have fun, and super, super blessed to catch the bag that we caught for sure.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So it was a cool moment, and Becky and I we get over there and we get to give you some other stuff and take some pictures. And then when we were over there talking to you, I can't remember if it was Becky or if we talked directly, but I'm like, God, you won this boat, and then I think it was like, yeah, this is the second one I won this year, and I was like blown away, like my hat came off. I'm like, I've been doing it 30 years. And I think I've only won 3 boats in 30 years, and you win 2.
It's like getting struck by lightning.
You win 2 in 1 year.
So
Talk
blessed.
a little bit about that. Where did you win the other one? How did that happen? And that's an amazing feat. I can tell you that.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Super blessed, man. So I made it to the TBF National Championship. That was on Lake Dardanelle in Arkansas. Awesome fishery. My brother also made that tournament as a co-angler. So we actually went out and pre-fished, 3 to 4 weeks before that tournament. The cutoff was 2 weeks. So we want to get as close as we could. So I think it was like 3-4 weeks we went out there before the tournament and found them. And better than anybody that they never stay the same. And especially a couple weeks, a month in the springtime, it just never works. And so when we got back to the tournament, to practice the tournament, they were still there. And it just happened to be that, once again, super blessed. I didn't think I won that tournament either. I came into the final. I led the tournament the first day. And then I got taken into, I was in third going into the final day. I was in third place. And the 2 guys in front of me just didn't catch them. And I think I won that tournament by less than a pound as well. So super tight tournament. But super blessed, man. To 2 boats. I've never won a boat before. I like to just fish. I like to team fish more than anything else. Like that's why your tournament is so awesome. Like where we're from, the Upper Bay, everything is team tournaments. That's what we do here. So it's like what you guys bring is a great cause. But like you said earlier, like we don't get to fish for a boat. This is your tournament is the only boat that the opportunity that anybody gets around here to fish for a boat. So man, just super, super blessed for sure.
That's awesome.
That's so
awesome.
Awesome.
It's an amazing story. I think couldn't have played out better. For our 10th year. I'm so glad it happened like that. And I'm happy you guys won. You deserve it. That's the cool thing. There's always going to be a champion that rises to the top. Sometimes it's the little things, sometimes it's the big things, but you guys were the best anglers that day. And it's awesome. And we really, really do appreciate you guys supporting
Yeah.
that event because
Thank
it gets kids fishing and
For sure. Yeah,
and that makes us really happy. So thank you. Thank you.
No, thanks for
Congrats.
putting it on. Like I said, I mean, it's a great cause. I'm surprised we don't get 200 boats, honestly. I know I think you cap it at 150, but I'm surprised there's not more of a turnout. And it was such a beautiful day. I know the water's been a little bit muddy, but it was a great day to be out fishing for sure. So
Awesome day.
Yeah.
Awesome
day. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
joining
you for
us.
having me. Yeah,
Hopefully
thank you
we'll
so
see you
much.
again next year for you.
Yep, you'll see us. Yep, my brother fishes it every year too. I think he got in third place last year. Yeah, so like all our whole crew always fishes that tournament, obviously when we can. So yeah. Thankfully, you guys have it for sure. It's a good cause.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you joining us tonight and giving away some of that information. That was awesome.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Thanks again.
Cool.
Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, JT.
Cheers.
That's awesome.
All right. See you. Thank you.
Take care.
Later. I love it. That was so
Cool.
cool. That was so cool. It was great story. And yeah, that's how it happens sometimes. I really did.
The TBF story is nuts to me because fish are never in the same place.
They're never in the same
Not
place,
like
especially
3
that
days, like
3
for
weeks.
practice,
3 weeks.
No, I'm saying not even 3 days.
Oh, not even 3 days. Yeah.
So like still be there 3 weeks.
Yeah. But
3 hours they freaking leave. That is wild.
But I did want to say this. So I don't think you were there, but the team that came in second that lost by 4 ounces. I could, as I called them up to get their second place prize, and they made out great, but you could see the disappointment in them. And I literally looked them in the eye and I was like, guys, I know the feeling. And so I said this on stage, but I can't remember the year, but it was the year that Skeet Reese won the Classic.
It was 2008.
2008. Skeet Reese won the Classic. I came in second. Greg Hackney won the FLW Championship. I came in second. And that same year, I lost both those events together by less than a pound. Mm-hmm. So I lost like $1 million by less than a pound.
The
so
one was like 3 ounces, and the
one was
like
3 and
10.
one was 10 ounces or 9 ounces. So I do know that, and that and that's the game of tournament fishing, and you have to, as hard as it is, and it's hard for me. I'm a really terrible loser, and I'm really hard on myself. So but you have to accept that, and it makes the wins, I think, that much better when that kind of stuff happens. So to our second place guys, if you're watching or listening, keep going. You did a great job. Keep going. It'll happen. So
that's awesome.
We got some people chiming in that fished it.
Somebody said, Beck, are we allowed to bust Ike's balls tonight or not? Always.
Oh yeah, you can bust my life with old dad. You can bust my balls.
I don't think there's ever been a time that you're not allowed to do that.
You could always bust my balls. Remember, this is Ike Live. Everyone's entitled to his own opinion. Yeah.
We do have a 14-year-old in the room.
We do have a 14-year-old in the room. Yeah. Steven says last 2 years, 17 pounds.
Lost 2 years ago.
Oh, lost 2 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I can't read. I need my readers. So
all right, so let's carry on the happy fun stuff.
Yes, let's carry it on. So big weekend, Ike Foundation Pro-Am on Saturday. On Sunday, another big event. Beck, what was it?
It was the New Jersey Youth and High School BASS States.
Right. So in New Jersey, we have
I probably said that all in the wrong order.
In New Jersey, for the youth fishing, so juniors and high school, we have a one-day shootout to pick the champions, who will go to the national championship to represent New Jersey.
Yeah.
So this year, that tournament was on Manasquan Reservoir, and it happened to be Vegas's last year fishing the junior division. So as a youth. So it was really, really cool. I got to be his captain on Sunday and got to watch Vegas.
He's his net boy.
I'm Vegas's net boy. I got to watch Vegas compete and win that event, which qualified him for nationals. So based on that, we've got a very special guest for you tonight on Ike Live with Mark. Vegas, come on up here. Here you go, guys. Vegas, the hammer, everybody. Vegas, say hello to everybody.
Hi.
All right, so first things first. First things first. Vegas, talk a little bit about what this win means to you. I know it's important, but this was a big tournament, and this was the last year you could try to get to nationals as a junior. So talk about that a little bit to everybody. Go ahead.
It's really awesome. That's the last of the year. So I think, because I think next year for the high school it's going to be a lot tougher. So I think if I can win this year, that'll be really cool.
Yeah, but let me. I want you to tell people, if you're watching this and you're like, they're just kids. How tough could that be, dude? Very competitive. The youth leagues all over the country are so competitive now that this is a hard league to compete in. So nothing's a given, and it was a hard day. Talk about the day and the weather. It was a challenging weather day as well. Talk a little bit about that.
So I mean, the day started off pretty good. I thought it was gonna be like really, really hot, so I was wearing like shortest pair of shorts.
You were wearing Tommy.
Dude,
He was wearing Tommy Biffle shorts.
He's wearing his short shorts.
Yeah, making it hot on
So
me.
it was like kind of cold. But we got out there. I caught 3 immediately, but they were like all 1-pounders. We went on. We fished a point, caught a 4, and then we went deep. Caught my bag, which was like a couple 4s, a 3, a couple 3s, 1, 2, and a 6-pounder.
6-pounder.
That choked on a perch and died. Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, that was sad. But good day of
I
fishing.
feel like you just brushed across the excitement
Dude.
of this. So like I get a text early on that he immediately had 3 in the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how it really went down from the outside.
Yeah, so I'm the captain. So I in secret, I'm texting Becky the whole time, giving her updates.
I'm the neurotic mom that needs to know
Yeah.
because I couldn't be there. So you had 3 in the boat pretty quick, and Dad said that you probably had about 5 pounds with those. But then all of a sudden, as we all know, the morning bite shuts off. It got super tough.
Yeah.
So Vegas, what decision did you make?
So I switched up immediately, and everyone was coming over to the island. So I was like, all right, I gotta get out of here. So I went to the point, and I caught a 4 there.
Yep.
So it's the point where it was deeper.
Deeper,
Yeah,
a little
it was
deeper water.
It was like 15, 14 foot.
So you
Yeah.
made the decision to go deeper.
Go a little deeper.
bit deeper.
A little bit deeper there.
And then we went down the bank all the way to one of these poles. They were not there, and it was about 12 to 8 foot. So I got a little like suspicion that they're not shallow. They were very deep. So then we made a big move out deep, 23 to 25 foot of water, and then got very rough out.
So Vegas found this spot, what was it, a couple years ago?
Yeah.
So he found this deep spot and found, what is it, like stumps or something? There's something
Deep
way
stumps.
down deep. So he's kind of been marking these for a while. Vegas being 14 years old, everyone likes to scope.
Scoper.
He's a scoper. So, but he's gotten good, and he found this a few years ago, and he's kind of figured it out. So like you were saying, he doesn't even always see the fish down there, but he knows to drop in these certain spots where he knows the stumps are, where he sees them. And I guess because the fish are so low, you don't even see them, but so many times these fish come up. So how big were the fish? What were those top 3 fish
So
that
I
you
caught
got?
like
6,
4.
3.
I caught 4 fish in less than 3 minutes, and my first one was a 4.
Yep.
My second one was a 3.
Yep.
Another 3.
Yep.
And then this one, which was a 6-pounder, 6'3".
6'3". Yeah.
And it was so weird. I seen him chase a bait, and I'm just bobbing my drop shot down there, the dice, right under the boat, like because I got way too close. The wind's blowing now, and then seconds later, I'm watching the lightning strike. I feel something. I'm like, whoa! Set the hook. Yeah.
And
Vegas's hair is standing
Vegas's
straight
hair,
up.
the rod's sizzling. Now this is true. Now, if you're watching this right now, in fishing, one of the scariest things that you have to deal with is weather. And we had some weather gone through, but you experienced 2 of the signs that you should stop fishing. And talk about those. I know if you're watching this and you fish you know the signs of lightning in the area, and what were they?
So the first one was, I didn't even know buzzing, like your rod tip starts buzzing. That was the weirdest thing because it was loud.
The rod tip
Super
buzzes.
loud.
It's static electricity, so you
And
hear the
then-
buzzing.
Yeah, and then I knew your line floated. For like I knew a lot.
And
of
the
people
line
said-
floats.
A lot of people said that happens. And
Yeah.
I kept on like putting my line up in the air. It's not doing anything. And then I start seeing a little floating stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had a weather delay. And when that storm was coming through, when the lightning got real close, we started hearing that sound, seeing the line float. We got to the bank. And so we got to the bank and we had about a 30-minute delay. And when that delay was over, the system came through, the lightning stopped, and they sound the horn to start fishing again. So we start fishing again. But when that front passed, it had heavy winds on the back of that storm. And was that some of the biggest waves you've ever seen in your John boat? Be honest.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Like 1 foot waves come over the crawdad.
So what and these were 2 to 3 foot white caps,
it's
rolling white caps. It was scary.
Yeah, because it started. It was all right. It wasn't bad. And at the time I thought waves were fun, and then it got worse and worse. And I was on the front, and the bow would come up, and then boom, what waves coming up the front. So then he's trying to teach me stay in the
Troughs. Ride the troughs. Ride the troughs. Yep.
Then the net comes out.
The net fell out. We had to go back for the net. Yeah, it was a little fiasco. But here's the thing, and I told Vegas this, but I want everybody to know this, that you have to experience those things. You have to have those moments to learn from them, right? And you know, fear is good. If anyone tells you that fear isn't good, they're lying, because you should fear water and you should fear weather, and you have to have those experiences to have an appreciation for it. So I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad you got to see those big waves, and you're going to see more if you continue to do it. Now, I do want to also talk about this, which is the excitement of this win. And as a dad, and Becky being his mom, we're proud. We're even more proud because last year in the qualifier, Vegas didn't make it, you know, and we talked about that earlier, you know, missing it by a little, you know, having to accept it, failure. Talk a little bit about that, because we were sad for you. You were disappointed, but you keep going, right?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, oh, I lost, like, stop everything. Like I kind of like, I wanted to do better, so I just kept practicing. Like it was an anger where like I wanted to be the best, so I just
you made the energy, you turned the bad energy into a good energy.
So I started practicing what I did wrong that tournament. So what I did wrong was we didn't have a net, and I lost one of our good fish from my hand. Oh, you don't know about that?
You guys never told me. I don't want to know about it. They purposely didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vegas.
What? I don't know.
Just wait for Ike live to tell me.
To watch the family become very uncomfortable.
Why didn't you have a net?
We got it.
Huh.
Yeah, he was in my hand. He just slipped off.
Wow. That's awesome.
Even
But anyway,
with the fish,
the point of this conversation was you're going to have things that don't work in your life. Vegas, listen, you're going to have disappointments and you're going to have mistakes. You're going to do things wrong.
Bro.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't care about that. I am proud of you for continuing on and working hard. And I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You gotta lose.
You got to lose to win, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of him for that, and he definitely handles failure and loss a lot better than I do. That came from Becky's side of the gene pool, so that's good. That's good. But It was awesome watching you work, Vegas. It was awesome watching you make great decisions. It was awesome getting to net your fish. You know, I'm not fishing a lot right now myself, so it's fun to watch you work. And thank you for allowing me to do that. You know,
Thank you.
yeah, that was awesome. So
I know a bunch of people were asking. Yes, Vegas has been forced to learn every single technique. He does not only scope, but during tournaments, anything he is.
Yeah, so
He makes all his own decisions.
right.
So
Yeah, that's important. So, you know, he's fishing not just the junior division at Bass with captains, but he's also fishing a few leagues with his partner Max. And shout out to Max and Jake, who qualified for the high school division for New Jersey. Shout out to those guys. But he's also fishing with Max and making his own decisions. And it feels good, right? Like when you're making your own decisions and things are rolling, it kind of feels good.
it feels really good being old people.
With the older
guys.
Feels good to be in the older league. Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys are very mad when I win.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, here's the thing. So
Dude,
we're
it's awesome. I
we're-
mean, some of the decisions I make are like,
yeah. All right. So we're very, very,
so
very
good.
excited to be back going to nationals. And Vegas's partner is amazing young angler Wally that fishes the juniors as well. So very, very excited. Vegas and Wally will be paired up, and the tournament is on Clark's Hill Reservoir, and it is the 3rd week of July. So here's the thing, and I want to let you know that I was signed up to fish the Chesapeake Bay Open with Bass, but you know, with the way that my chicken wing has turned out here, and with Vegas qualifying for nationals, I'm gonna not fish that event at the Open on the Upper Chesapeake Bay, and I'm going to captain Vegas and Wally. And I'm excited. I'm so excited for you guys to have a chance to go down there and compete. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to it. And congratulations, Vegas, on a big win. Now, before we let you go, though, before we let Vegas go, now I know we got about 600 people watching and listening. We have a moment that you can sort of give people a little tease about something that's coming. So
maybe you should do it because just open.
All right, I'll talk about it, and then I'll let Vegas get into some details. But he loves finesse fishing, and one of the lure that caught most of the fish, and this is a lure that he's had a lot of success with in the last year, is he's been making his own dice. Okay, so if you've been following the bass fishing world, there's these rubber dice that are great on a drop shot, great on a wacky rig. And do you want to give any details to what your dice is going to be called or what it's going to look like or any of that? Or you want to just leave it generic right now? All right, leave it generic. But I did want to tease it that in the near future, you guys might see Vegas's custom dice coming soon. So looking forward to that, Vegas.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, go to bed. All right, thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right, bye, Vegas. I had to tease that. I thought it was a good moment to tease that, you know.
We need tagline.
We do need a tagline.
Get lucky
Get lucky.
with your Vegas dice.
Get lucky. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. It's now that Vegas left.
And we're gonna measure them in inches, not millimeters.
Yeah, we should do that.
Every inch counts.
Every inch counts. It is a very proud moment. I can tell you, if you're watching this and you're a parent, if you whatever, you know, you have a daughter or son, when your kids succeed and when they're doing well at something and when they are, you know, getting better than you at something,
when they're proud of themselves.
When they're proud of themselves, it's such a great moment. I'm telling you, I mean, it's almost better. I think especially with me getting older, it's almost better to watch Vegas succeed, Estella succeed in sports, Riley and Drew succeed in life.
Yeah.
You know, watching your kids succeed becomes better than anything you could do yourself.
He's all yours, Kent. You can have him.
Yeah.
And I'll give him away. We have no idea what he'll say.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Ken Brown wants to hear. Yeah. Yeah. He can hold his own. Ken. He's not as fiery as me, but he can definitely hold his own. So he's yours. Yeah. So that was an awesome weekend. Beck, anything else happened? We went to the wedding. It was fun. We got to do some dancing, drinking. Got to spend a night at a B&B, Pennsylvania. That was fun. Had some breakfast this morning. It was good.
With family. It was good. It was all good. No, I think the last thing that we really have to touch on a little bit is that I'm sure everyone noticed that you weren't at Tenkiller.
Right.
So probably just need to give a little update.
Yes.
Mike's never missed a fishing event ever.
Ever.
Children were birthed and he still made it to tournaments.
Broken rib.
Oh,
Fevers.
Oh yeah, what was remember we had to, in Alabama, you had to have that surgery to have like
surgery on my
leg, but he still
on my calf, like all kinds of. It
crazy
was,
stuff.
you know, I can tell you this. It was in 30 years of doing it, it was the toughest or one of the toughest decisions we ever had to make, you know. And if you don't believe me, like literally, Becky was, you know, she was getting mad at me because I was so frustrated that I came to the realization I couldn't fish, that I shouldn't fish, that I didn't really officially know until the Wednesday before. Like, I knew I should have told everybody earlier and I should have made that final decision. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, maybe there's a way, or maybe there's I can do it, but you know, but I think we made the right decision, and it sucks. The
denial was so strong.
Oh my God.
That the one doctor said it.
Yeah.
I had to get him a second opinion.
We went to a specialist to get another opinion because I fucking was so pissed off. But you know, I think we made the right decision. So, you know, it's tough. Definitely, I was so pissed and sad. Like, I didn't even turn my cell phone on for like 2 days after that. Like, because I didn't want to see anything going on in the tournament. I didn't want to know how the elites were doing. And when I finally turned my phone back on, like 2 days later, I had like 50 messages, and I feel bad. I felt bad because it was friends, it was family, it was sponsors, it was people, you know, calling and texting to say, man, we're with you, you know, we're sorry, you know. And I was like, took me a day to get back to everybody. So, but you know, the good news is, I got a third shot, doing rehab, trying to do the things to rest it. And the goal is to be back by St. Clair, which is in about a month, a little over a month, about a month and a half. So the goal is to be back at St. Clair, fish in St. Clair. And
thank goodness Vegas made nationals, so then he doesn't have to fish.
Right. I don't have to fish the open. So St. Clair, Mississippi River, finish the year strong. That's the goal. So yeah, so we'll see. But if you're watching this and you're 50 years or older, it sucks getting old. It sucks. It sucks. I never thought I would have problems like this as I got older. But you know.
Old guy.
Yeah, it's an old guy thing.
Old guy.
Yeah.
So you just had a birthday.
Hey, a birthday! Hey!
You did turn 53.
50. Is that old then?
Yeah, 53.
53.
5 days ago. Was it 5 days ago?
I don't know.
It's like on Tuesday.
Who cares?
So we had that. Birthdays. We've had some graduations. Riley graduated from grad school. Vegas graduated from middle school. There's been a lot of big things going on.
Yeah.
And now we'll just be gearing up. We've got some more Ike Foundation youth tournaments. Vegas has some more Slay Nation tournaments. We're going to have to roll down to ICAST soon enough.
We'll be at ICAST.
Yep, in Florida. We'll make sure to do another one of these after that, so we can tell everyone if there was anything that they missed, even though everyone kind of goes live from there. So I don't think there's much to miss anymore, peoples. What else do we have going on?
I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. But it's been a busy couple weeks. And here's the thing, guys, if you're watching this, that's like life is ups and downs. And, the last couple of weeks for us was some ups and some downs, and that is life. And, you got to go through the downs to get back to the ups. And that's the way we're looking at everything. That's the way you have to look at it. So, all ups from here. What do you think? No more downs? All ups?
All ups.
All ups from here. So cheers to that. If you're watching tonight, you're drinking, you're having a cocktail. Beck's the only one out of 600 people watching drinking water. But cheers to you.
I hope I'm not the only one.
No, everybody's having a cocktail. I'm telling you. And very, very, very excited to just keep going, keep rolling. And I still love the sport. Now, I want to tell you that we're going to be doing another one of these in a couple weeks. We'll have another Ike Live at the Bar scheduled, and we'll schedule it, probably after some of these big things happen here. We got ICAST, the Vegas tournament, probably be before St. Clair event. We'll do another.
We're also waiting for somebody else to do something crazy so we can talk about it.
But I was just going to say there are some big things to catch up with, including some forward-facing sonar votes happening over at BASS, whether or not the angler's true voice will actually be heard and counted. We'll talk about some of that. Also, a couple big rumors on the chopping block right now. It'll be interesting to see if any of those come to fruition. Fruition. Big rumor right now that BASS is up for sale, and there was a few offers made on a new buyer of BASS. So that'll be very interesting.
Did you make that up?
No, that's true. For a very reliable source. And also MLF, the league, Major League Fishing, planning some more new breakthrough specialty events, something partnering with Live Golf. So, it's interesting that.
Who have you talked to?
Listen, I got a lot of sources out here, believe me. So it's interesting that as some tournament circuits are kind of stagnating or faltering, other leagues are pushing the boundaries and trying to grow. So we'll be talking about some of that in the next one as we get more details, of course, because we never want to just throw random shit out there, so we'll wait for the details to come in. That's not random shit. They came from reliable sources. I can back that. Reliable sources. Look, see, Ken knows what I'm talking about. If you're in the in crowd, you know what I'm talking about. It ain't bullshit.
Well, I clearly am not in the in crowd because I didn't know any of this yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell me anything.
But it'll be fun for sure over the next couple of weeks to see how it shakes down with some of this stuff. Anyway, we want to thank you for tuning in tonight at the bar, and thank you for hanging with us on a Monday. Just getting an update on what's going on in the world. And we definitely appreciate you listening to Vegas. That was fun. Always have fun when he comes in and talks, and you never know what he's going to say. So that was fun. But want to thank you for watching and listening tonight. Let me remind you that Ike Live is brought to you by Abu Garcia, the maker of great rods and reels. Head on over to abugarcia.com. Check out the brand new Ike Series 3.0 rods and reels. Also brought to you by Tackle Warehouse. Head on over to tacklewarehouse.com. Got some great deals going on. Some sales right now in the month of July. Also, Tackle Warehouse exclusives, special colors you can only get there. Last but not least, the Ike Foundation, getting new kids fishing one at a time. If you want to find out how you could help get new kids fishing, go to the ikefoundation.org. Last but not least, let me mention that we appreciate your comments so much. And
I like Eddie. Someone needs to create a golden circuit. Can we call it the Golden Guys?
The Golden Guys. Are you talking about a senior circuit? Oh, yeah.
So can we use the music from Golden Girls?
The Golden Girls music, Golden Guys. Yeah. Everyone, half of the guys that will be fishing in Depends, they have Depends on.
Think of the sponsors you could bring in.
Yeah, geriatrics, Depends, Viagra, because none of them get hard anymore. Hims.
All the orthopedic shoes.
Orthopedic shoes. Copperfit, Jimmy Copperfit. Let me think. What else? Vitamin D.
Plaid, pleated front pants.
Pleated front pants. Oh, so cell phone holders. Just for men. The balding stuff that fills in the bald spots.
Oh, yeah, the Just for Men spray.
The Just for Men spray.
AARP.
AARP. Oh, the scissors that trims your nose hairs because they start growing really far out of your nose. The nose hairs are, you could actually braid them like dreadlocks. Just readers. I like this idea. What do we call it? The Golden Guys?
The Golden Guys.
The Golden Guys.
Corral could be a sponsor.
Golden Corral.
For the Golden Guys.
Yeah, golden showers.
No.
I would actually, reading glasses. Yo, reading glasses. Yes.
So good.
No, this is good. I was ready to end the show. Now I want to keep talking. I would actually love.
Oh my God.
I would love to. Let me tell you right now, and I'm not just saying this. Maybe this is a breakthrough moment. If a seniors tour did start, I would quit bass immediately. I would quit bass immediately.
Supposed to be a Golden Guy.
I would give my resignation papers to bass immediately, and I would fish the seniors tour because I am old and I got all those problems we just mentioned, except the dick getting hard thing. I would fish the senior tour immediately. Metamucil, yes. Walking canes, all that. I would fish that tour.
Would you have to change your vehicle sponsor? Does it have to become like Cadillac or Buick or something?
Nah, because no, but you might have like the Tundra that has like the extra thing that goes down, like the lift. You know, it's like ching ching ching. So you can like walk up into it. I don't know.
Like steps, like
steps. Yeah, you'll have retracting steps on your Tundra. You know. Ensure.
Yeah. God, it should be a team. This should be a
bent
team.
rods and limp warriors from Rick.
It should be teams. Like the Depends team.
Team Depends.
Viagra is coming from behind.
Oh, there's no doubt. Ken Brown says B height. You go on the Imodium boat. There's no doubt that Team Depends should have Biffle on it because he got them little shorts on, but you can see the Depends. Oh God, can we do this?
So good. Can we just have like one event? Just one.
There was a really good rumor that Bass Pro Shops, that Johnny Morris was going to start a seniors tour.
I don't think these were his target sponsors.
Listen, Johnny, if you get a hold of this, if somebody that works for Johnny or one of Johnny's staff or somebody, a friend, a cousin of Johnny is listening to this, please plead with Johnny to start the seniors tour because we need this. We got to have it. I'm old. I can't even move around anymore. My arm hurts. Please start this. Preparation H from James. Yeah, hemorrhoid cream. Everyone.
Do you get like?
I got hemorrhoids. Everything. I got it all. You know.
Do you get like nap times? Like, you know how MLF has like.
Yeah, there's not a break. MLF has period breaks. The Golden Guys has nap time.
I see.
I see. Oh my God!
A miracle here. Oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah, but does golf have this sponsors? Oh my God! And the announcers, but the announcers have to be so good. Like they have got.
We'll get Zona back. We're gonna hire Zona.
Liners like zingers. It has to be.
We want Zona out of retirement. We want Zona out of retirement. Zona and Byron Velvick are my choices for the MCs for the Golden Guys. Yes. Nap time. It's 3 o'clock. Team Advil against Team Tylenol.
Takes on the
my God, Dr. Scholl. What about the chair that brings you up the stairs? I've fallen. I can't get out. Life alert. I flipped in a bush. I can't get the jig out.
Oh my god. So good. Oh my god.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I really hope everyone else found it as funny as
Damn
I
it.
did.
Damn it, the Golden Guys, I'm telling you.
Golden guys.
It's a total success, man. It's a total success.
And the trophy case just has
Listen,
to be like,
Becky and I just gave away $1 million idea to the league that wants to take it. So run with it. Run with it, Bass. Run with it.
oh my god.
I'm honestly, I'm ready for it, man. I want to fish this.
Oh my gosh.
I'm more hyped up just talking about this than a regular term.
Oh my god, these ideas are so good, Tim. Oh my god.
So good.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh.
Senior discount on graphs. No forward facing for sure in this league. No, you got to use a flasher and a paper graph. No GPS allowed.
Pulling up the maps.
Everybody gets paper maps and marker buoys for this one. So
Oh my god.
the burning season said Byron is a good spokesperson for Viagra.
Oh my god.
He's gonna need a lot of Viagra.
Oh my gosh.
Extra Viagra.
So good.
Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Oh, damn it. That was good. Team papergraphs. Man, that was awesome. I'm telling you, we were so close to ending the show, and then that happened. So
We were it on for 10 minutes. The Golden Guys.
The Golden Guys
Oh
tour.
my gosh.
Damn, we should do this. I'm telling you, can we do it? Should we just do it?
Oh.
You
Can
think
we just
can
have
do it?
one like standalone event?
I mean, here's the thing. We run a tournament. How hard could it be?
I don't know. The moment you put someone on Team Depends, they might not show up.
No, they'll show up. They're like, we'll put everybody under contract. They have to show up. I mean, everybody's getting paid. Listen, no entry fee. Here's the thing. If you have all these sponsors, these great sponsors, Depends and Dr. Scholl's and all that, the money's there. So
Everyone gets to look forward to check in.
Yeah, we're going to make it like the old tournaments where you actually get stuff. You know, you go to a registration, you actually get a gift bag. No entry fees. We're going to have 50 guys. 50 guys. We're going to use the Boyd Duckett methodology. 50 guys and no entry fees. These guys are going to be paid for. So they're going to come. They're going to come. Build it. And they will come. This is Field of Golden Dreams right here.
Oh my god.
They build it and they will come. Well, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Maybe we just had a new business. Maybe we should do it before somebody steals it. Listening to this podcast right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, that was
I
good.
gotta go to bed now.
Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. That last little thing just made my
You gotta put your tackle on the fanny pack.
tackle on a fanny pack from Kevin. Shout out to Kevin, by the way, for
thank you, Kevin.
our friend Kevin, longtime friend, supports all the Ike Foundation events. He's a great DJ down in the Baltimore area. Amazing DJ. He comes out and supports all our events. Thank you very much for doing that, Kevin. It means a lot. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the
I
show.
gotta stop reading the comments. I gotta get this.
I hope you enjoyed the show,
off.
and definitely look forward to seeing you at the next one. So have a great week. Have a good weekend coming up. I hope you have a lot of fun, and I hope you catch a lot of fish. And cheers, guys.
We're gonna we'll have our tournament show ready for you next.
We'll have our tournament trail ready. Bye from the Golden Guys.
Do you fish for excitement? Do you fish for passion? Do you fish to get outside? Or do you fish to win? Abu Garcia for life. You guys know I'm a power junkie, not just on cranking, but on my trolling motor batteries. The days of running 2, 3, and 4 batteries is over. Guys, we've got this new system, and this is going to be what I run. We've got a 31 that will run everything in my boat, electronic-wise, 1 battery. We've got a 36 that will run my trolling motor all day, 1 battery. Last but not least, we tie it into 1 charger, charging both batteries, and we've got an amazing system. Tie that into 3 posts, little visual indicator, Bluetooth, NEMA. You add all those things together, and you've got a system that's going to change the game. Check this out. It's the brand new Pro Guide batteries and charging system. It's a game changer. You know, right now where we're standing, we're in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is right there. This is the concrete jungle. And, you know, a lot of those kids, as they grow up, they don't fish. It's interesting because they're surrounded by water. You know, the Delaware River, the Schuylkill, ponds, city park lakes. But they don't have the influence to cast, to fish, to have a rod and reel. And that became our focus, you know, is to target kids in what we call non-traditional areas, you know, urban areas, city centers, where the population's high, and let these kids have an experience. You know, it's amazing. I mean, some of the experiences we've had, whether it's Central Park in New York City, here in Camden, other parts of the country, even just casting.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to see it, isn't it?
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
And you know, you see these kids have this experience they've never had, and they light up, you know? The big thing, I think, for the Ike Foundation is we're not saying we want all these kids to become professional anglers.
Yeah.
It'd be great if some of them did, but we want them to have that fishing experience because it ties them to so many other positive things. The outdoors, nature, conservation. Ecology, you know, all these amazing things in life that maybe they wouldn't have been exposed to any other way. We're trying to help with that. So it's important. It's important for us.
Yeah.
We're proud of it.
I subscribe to Bass U TV, and so should you.
Great place to learn about anything you want to know about bass fishing.
You get it at Bass U. We got the best of the best.
I'm not just an instructor, I'm a subscriber.
I'm John Cruz, and I am a subscriber.
You can always learn, and watching Bass U is definitely helps with that. It's something that I like to do, and it's definitely something that you need to do.
If I'm still learning, you should be too.
Subscribe to Bass U because you'll learn how to catch a lot more fish.
Ike Live, brought to you exclusively by Abu Garcia.